steps for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff. But
Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
Brandon,
we can't ask Rashad a question.
The Jada Williams to Iowa State thing, I liked. It's pretty cool. Salute to it. Jada giving Audie Crooks some help and stuff like that in the backcourt. I'm very interested about this Arizona thing because remember the girl Maya Nagy, Paige Becker's former teammate in high school at Hopkins in Minnesota. She went to Arizona, right? And then she quit, and she quit basketball altogether. And she went on a podcast to talk about it, and she was talking about how the atmosphere was kind of toxic. She was like, basketball, it was just like hostile and toxic environment for me. I wasn't enjoying it anymore. And, obviously people kind of criticize Adia Barnes, Coach Adia Barnes, and her like quotes and things she says. And remember when they won with Ari McDonald, and in the huddle, Coach Barnes flicked off the haters, and it became a viral thing. Like, it's just a lot of things with her that have just always been like, yo, it's kind of spotty. But the players, like, and key players and top players consistently leaving is another thing of like, what's going on here? Does Arizona need to look at the coaching staff and look at the basketball program like, okay, it's time to change the culture because these kids are just keep leaving. You know what I'm saying? And you can blame the portal, like the Howard coach, did a whole thing of like, won't get in the gym, but we'll jump in the portal, telling. And other coaches were like, going in the portal and changing schools won't change the fact that you don't have good work ethic enough to get in the rotation more, like, and have bigger roles. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not one of those situations. It's like key players are leaving and they keep leaving. And things about you keep kind of showing that are telling. I don't know. I don't want to diagnose it too much. I'm not over there in Arizona. Never even been to the state of Arizona, but it's just something I'm peeping. It was the same thing with Brenda Freeze over at Maryland a couple years ago. Now, a lot of that talk is kind of quiet down, but a few years ago, Brenda Freeze in Maryland, it seemed like it was like the worst, most toxic environment for a basketball player to be in major college basketball. Now it's looking like that title and thing is going to Adia Barnes in Arizona. So I don't know, man. We'll see. I guess only time will tell, huh? Jada is probably going to have to get on the podcast and you'll have to read between the lines per usual in these situations. Speaking of, Kaylee Heckel and Avery Howe both went into the portal. I do not know why. Because a lot of people said, yeah, well, you still run the show. You had the number one recruiting class and you still ran the show like it was a one-man show with Juju. But Juju's not playing next season. So if I'm Kaylee or Avery, I'm like, okay, no Juju next season. We both can play fully and show off our talents and prepare ourselves and get ourselves on some draft boards for, our junior and senior years. That's what I'm thinking the mindset is going to be, but they leave. I think that might be telling as well. I don't know what's going on at USC with Coach Gottlieb. I don't know. Or is it Gottlieb? It's not pronounced like Doug Gottlieb because she's not related to him. But yeah, with Coach Lindsay, I'll say Coach Lindsay. I don't know what's going on over there at USC, but something is going on because in Avery Howe's announcement, Van Hoffen, she posted the thing of she just put the period, like she put period by itself, and this fan was like, "What do you mean by the period?" She said, after much reflection, I have decided to enter the transfer portal and search for the best fit for my future. This was not an easy decision, but I believe it's the right step for my journey. I don't get it. I don't get, like, because they got good playing time freshman year. They didn't get the ball much, but that's because of Juju. It's like the Juju show, like, it felt like they had no offensive scheme, no offensive plan. It was like ISO ball. Get the ball to Juju, ISO, let Juju go to work every play. But there's no Juju, so it's going to force, them to be more involved in the offense and the team next season. And I think you saw those last two tournament games. They did play a large role, like especially with Kennedy Smith, I thought it just would have been nice to see those three plus the Jazzy Davidson and the other McDonald's All Americans that have coming in. I thought it was going to be good system. Like they set themselves up for. It's going to be interesting and fun to watch USC for the next couple of years, but I guess not. I guess it's just Kennedy Smith if she stays, and we'll see who else. Samaya Smith and last year Poa left at LSU. The entire team, except for Hannah Hidalgo, left at Notre Dame. So yeah, that was weird. I don't know what's going on over there. The reason why I didn't want to talk about basketball is because I just don't know. Like it's like when players play, they get rotational minutes, they get good shots, they have good stats on pretty good teams, and they make good runs in the tournament, and they put their name. I don't know why. A lot of people say NIL, money. Well, shoot, I don't know what these other programs is talking about. But also, a lot of these kids going to get a rude awakening. Not someone like the ones that make the headlines, like the Kaylee Heckles and the Averys and everybody like that, and Samaya Smiths and what I'm saying, Tania Latson. Like a lot of those players, it's gonna be nothing for them. Olivia Miles, it's nothing for them, right? They're just gonna find a spot. But for you role players, and for you players from these mid majors and smaller schools, it's gonna be tough for you, my boy, or my gal. It's gonna be tough for y'all. I ain't gonna hold you. So best of luck to everybody. Remember, the grass is not always green on the other side. And I don't even know if you should really be leaving if you don't have no promise. But at the same time, schools can't even legally talk to you unless you in the portal. So spade is spade.
That's for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but
Angel Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
We can't ask Rashad a question.
Hey, Rashad.